A very good evening from the Emirates Stadium and tonight's FA Cup fourth round replay between Arsenal and Cardiff City. Over 3 weeks have passed since these two played out a compelling goalless draw at Ninian Park. The original date for the rematch coinciding with a heavy snowfall here in North London. Since then, Emmanuel Adebayor has joined the Arsenal casualty list. Andre Arsvcc is not eligible tonight. Emmanuel Aboué is suspended. But Eduardo has completed his long recovery from that fearful injury at Birmingham nearly a year ago and returns to the side along with Fabianski, Gibbs, Vela and Bentner. 9 of the Cardiff City 11 started the first game. Since then, goalkeeper Peter Enkelman and centre-back Gabor Gepes have picked up injuries. In come the current England under-21 international goalkeeper Tom Heaton on loan from Manchester United, and Darren Purse, 32 last Saturday and starting a game for the first time since November. This is for the right to face the season's outstanding cup team Burnley in the fifth round, with another home tie against Sheffield United or Hull City eventually in the quarter-finals. Cardiff City are well supported, a 7,500 strong invading army away to our right, and they're well rested too. They haven't played for 16 days. Maybe more importantly, they haven't lost since November. They are dangerous opponents for Arsenal tonight. Ross McCormack, their main goal getter, winning the first free kick of the evening. The referee is Mark Halsey. They have real width, albeit an offside flag up, catching Chris Burke. Beaten since November, 13 games. Arsenal themselves have not lost in 11. The last 4 have all been drawn. And Arsenal have scored just 1 goal in those 4 games. They conceded 1 in them too. Met with Vela. Nasri. Got support from Bakary Sagna. And Bentner is there! Played so well. It was a tempting cross. It tempted Tom Heaton, the Cardiff City goalkeeper, who made steps towards claiming the ball and then decided against it. Bentner directed the header back across the face of the goal. Heaton would have had no chance. 4 times an FA Cup winner as manager of Arsenal. Their last trophy, 2005. Cormac. By Nasri. Bentner onto Eduardo. That's a terrific pass for Vela. Vela going for glory himself. Oh, and why not? Bentner's there and Heaton's in the way for a second time. Beautifully engineered break. Eduardo finding Vela. He had options left and right, but he decided to go for it. The second save from Heaton was the better one from Bentner. Arsenal with the early pressure. Nasri. Vela back on the ball. Right start from the young Mexican. Nasri trying to find a way out of the cul-de-sac, finds Vela. Gibbs with a chance to cross. Gallas is in there. Forced away by Heaton, who's too busy for Cardiff City's liking. Haven't got started as yet, Dave Jones's team. Tom Heaton certainly got started. Made 3 or 4 excellent stops. Being watched by the current England under-21 coach. Heaton played most of the match against Ecuador last week. A rare defeat for Stuart Pearce's team. Daniels. By Purse, doesn't quite get the job done. Here's Bakary Sagna. Samir Nasri. Nasri's cross. Gallagher still in there. Nielsen finding Nasri. It's incessant pressure. Turned in by Bender and turned just wide by Eduardo. Well, those are going to be his night. He played half an hour for Croatia last week. But this is his Arsenal homecoming tonight. Maybe press into service a little earlier than Arsene Wenger would have ideally wanted. Nielsen sharply in. Well seen by Johnson. Well won back by Nielsen. Eduardo going from long range. Well, his instincts were good. He was aware that Heaton was off his line. Bothroyd. Burke. Ray. Joe Ledley. Bothroyd back to Gavin Ray, sat up for him invitingly, thought about a shot, instead found Ledley, and now McCormack. Blocked by Toure. Nasri picks out Bender. Vela. Haven't quite had that under his spell, Carlos Vela, but he's found Nasri. And here's Eduardo, and here's Vela, and here's Eduardo. Cut back towards Bender, just wouldn't quite happen for him. Really good covering from full-back by McNaughton. But Eduardo looks like he's never been away. Very quickly up to speed, Eduardo. Bright ideas, good movement, unselfishly cut back towards Bender. Arsenal could, maybe should have been in front by now. Eduardo. Nielsen to Song. Sanya to Nasri. Eduardo giving it back to Nasri. Song. Bender. As much as they can do to clear their lines. Toure, Nasri, Bender. Here's Kolo Toure. It's opened up for him, and Heaton has to make yet another stop. Not the first time we've seen an Arsenal defender chancing his arm and joining the attack. Playing with a lot of purpose, a lot of self-assurance tonight, Arsenal. Came very early. Referee had a good long look at that. Here come Arsenal once more. Vela, Eduardo. Vela on the overlap. Eduardo! Talk about the romance of the FA Cup. There will be no happier story in this season's competition than that moment in the recovery of Eduardo da Silva. 20 minutes into his Arsenal comeback, he heads them in front. Some things are just meant to be. Very little emotion from the man himself. He's been a hell and back in the last year, but he's looked bright and creative from the outset tonight, and he picked his spot beautifully when Vela provided him with a chance. And Eduardo da Silva is back, official. McNaughton. Gibson able to clear, Burke trying to make something of